Oh my god, that whole time I was muted. This is the main menu we know and love. Also, this sound is really loud. Okay. I need to turn the sound down, I think. 1 second. Hopefully that's better. Literally, while I was in that menu so long, and I literally read the warnings, I even said viewer discretion be advised because this game's not made for everybody. Trigger warning. I was explaining why there's trigger warnings, and I also asked Bill if I should have my webcam, if I should have my camera on for this, because should I have my facial reactions attached, or should I just go with my focal reactions, because I could set the camera up, or should I just jump into the game, since I've now been sitting here quite a while. Yes, face cam, okay, well, I'm gonna need a minute, I'm gonna mute myself, and we will have face cam in a few minutes here. Okay, I now have the camera up and running. Hello. We are back. We are back, and I am here with Doki. Now I gotta redo my intro for the YouTube video. I'm gonna have to cut like the first however much of this video out. Ooh, hello everybody, this is Sarjep here, and welcome to another new game. Today we are playing Doki Literature Club. This is the game that deceives your eyes, and also, I have to say, it's in the title of my Twitch stream currently. There is a 18+ content / trigger warning, and this this game is not suitable for all eyes. Viewer discretion is advised. And do my sounds are my sounds okay? Is my voice being overpowered by the music, or is the music like at a good level? I'm gonna mute myself for a sec to see for myself. Yeah, I'm gonna put down the music a little bit. That's what I got out of that too. Let's see. Music needs to come down. I'll leave it at that level. That sounds better in my ears. I think it's time we jump into this game, and this should be an experience. New game. Please enter your name. Okay, This is the best my camera's actually been set up. I don't know how I got this set up looking so good right now, but... Hey! I seen an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. That would be a me response. That is Psycho Girl trying to catch up to me because I walk fast. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, RJ. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We crossed this is so much better with face cam because you get to see how I say stuff. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, RJ, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. Who the fuck joins clubs in school, you know? What a regular person thing to do. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Hell yeah. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. I appreciate your concern, Sayori. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. That is relatable. That is very relatable. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Sure, that sounds wonderful. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. I didn't know the bitch could read. Yes, this game would hit different the second time through. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. What's wrong with starting a new club? We're getting some fucking variation in this bitch. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Apparently my guy doesn't like to read unless it's some manga. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! I'm giving this read in my all. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I don't blame you, RJ. I don't blame you. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. I can't do THs like PHs like fuck. RJ, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh my god. Maybe I should join the literature club. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can't just ignore... You can just ignore when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Midas, this looks a little sus. Oh, chat, you guys are good. Sayori says that quite. Okay, I already read that. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, RJ. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Everything you're looking for in an anime waifu. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... Yeah, you too, Monica. People start on this game like they're me at 8 years old. Come sit down, RJ. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. Midas, there's way more to this game than meets the eye. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. That is adorable. I love cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full. It's delicious! Her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Eh? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. Please stick around, Macy and Dan, for what's to come in this game. It is so worth it. It's not what it appears. Also Midas, I guess, technically. Burnsy, it's not that suspect, come on. This doesn't feel like a game Daniel would play or anything, I mean, come on. She carefully placed a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Oh, is she now? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, if motherfucker wouldn't stop begging me to come here, I said yeah for a cupcake. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. I'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Man, that debate club, we were just debating politics all day. Man, I just couldn't deal with the far righters anymore. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity for how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. That's admirable. Yuri is my favorite as well, Macy. You're lucky I've played this before. I'm not drunk enough for a Daniel game. That is very fair. What the fuck is with that stance? It is a... It's that type of game. That's all I have for that. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Yeah, who the fuck needs literature? Says somebody who's read so much in their life. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Yeah. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So RJ, what kinds of things do you like to read? Oh, you know, comic books. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, not same, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Excuse me? Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. I don't want Yuri to be sad. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. That is very relatable. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Funny you say that, Yuri. I feel like I really enjoy those type of stories as well, so I really feel like I might get that out of this. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Atta girl. I read a horror book once. It was called The Shining. No, I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Man, slow down. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Yeah, me too, that's why I'm here. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Oh no, that would be far too simple. Bill is correct. Yes, Yuri knows what genre they're in. This is great. I'm loving this. Macy, you said you like horror books, and stay tuned. Well, what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting, you dumb bitch. No, I'm sorry. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. You know what? Poetry is impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. I love Yuri. She's by far my favorite. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Shouldn't you know, Monica? You're the club president. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Wait, are we getting homework in a club? That's not cool. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it helps us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, RJ? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club! Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I really like anime. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... RJ? you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Natsuki is very much Macy. Such psycho girl. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share it. Monika looks over at me once more. RJ, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey RJ, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! One moment, I need a drink. Yeah, Macy, it could be, you don't want to be Monika, just wait. With that, the two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika, the star classmate. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Fucking books. Perhaps we'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Is it? Yeah, it's poem time. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Ooh. Well, obviously out of all of these words, I'm gonna choose death first. Oops. Oh, Sayori liked death. Oh, interesting. Let's choose destiny. Hey, Yuri liked that one. Universe? Lust. Journey. Doki Doki. Insight. Philosophy. I'm going for Yuri, by the way. I'm trying to get the words that Yuri likes. So whoever jumps in the corner, Bill knows this already, but for Macy, Midas, and Burnsy, if you don't know, that's why they're jumping over there. Let's see. Comfort. Vivacious. Sunset. Eternity. Oh. Suicide. Oh shit. Okay. Intellectual. Passion. Desire. Aura. Heartbeat. Dark. Essence. Oh, I got a trophy. Doki Doki Poetry Slam. I don't know what the yes was to. Hi again, RJ. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, RJ. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst in the literature when you're not accustomed to it. I should have saved before the poem. Fuck, I didn't think. If you guys see me saving throughout this at different points, there's reasons. I'm gonna save now, just to be safe. I'm gonna bottom right here. I should have saved before the poem. I probably should have. Oh well, if I have to play through that again to unlock extra content after, that's okay. Making you dive headfirst in the literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh come on, like he deserves any slack. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Imagine the smallest person having a big mouth. That's just what a thought. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys, RJ always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Hopefully you girls can help me have a fun time. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. Did you almost set your house on fire once? Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. I feel like Bill, you would try to go for words for Sayori, but I might be wrong. How come? You and RJ can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Well wait, Sayori? Eh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Eh? I'm sorry. Yuri, wasn't even... Eh? I'm sorry. Yuri, I wasn't even thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want it. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much? Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. On that note, let me read some comments. I knew it, Bill. I knew you'd go Sayori. Good to know, Dan. And she should. This is an awesome game, believe it or not. You've seen nothing yet. Of course Moira has played it, like Bill said. This is too cringy. It's supposed to be. This game is one of the most brilliant games to come out in the last fucking, I'll say 10 years. Nah, well, this came out like 6 or 7 years ago, so in that amount of time, so possibly like the last 10 years, it's one of the most unique and brilliant games that's out there. It's truly an experience. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Natsuki, get out of the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Smooth. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go, and I'm too dumb to actually put it together myself. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. Life is strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Man. Reading this back is really fun. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, RJ? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the film's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. One could argue that Yuri is the most... one could argue that Yuri is the deepest... she has the deepest characterization, maybe, is a way to look at it. That's why I like her, plus the darkness of the character is great. That's just the type of character I like more. And, like Bill has said in the comments, she is the queen of foreshadowing, and that's also kind of great. I'm not spoiling that for you. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Ha ha ha, what are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. To be fair with this game, each character has a way deeper characterization than you believe on the surface. Like Natsuki has a really, really good twist in terms of her home life. Sayori, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say is Sayori, just her name. And then there's Monica. And that's all I'm gonna say there as well. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. I hate that. I don't like reading with company. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Yuri is the one I relate to the most of the characters in this game. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and onto the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides the under thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracted me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? Are you even literate? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turned it by my own volition. We continued the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but that was an accident. The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. On that note, I'm going to remain silent for a moment because I need another drink. I'm going to look at chat while I do so. Macy, you impatient motherfucker. But RJ, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Well, wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Leave it to Monica to cut us off. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales. Yuri exhales, if I said it with more pronunciation. Spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my phone. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's a good... That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Ha! Just like me. Fuck bookmarks, who needs them? By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everything's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same, myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay, chat, who do I show my poem to first? I know who I'm leaning towards. We all should realize that. Who do you want to show the poem to? Macy votes for Natsuki. I guess we have had not as much Natsuki in our lives. I feel like I should kind of stay consistent and just go a Yuri path, but at the same time, it might be fun to branch out. Might be fun, might be. I did make the poem for Yuri, so realistically I should go that route. I definitely want to get to know Natsuki some, but I think we'll still get enough of Natsuki, so Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. That's also good reasoning. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes light. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. And you're the first to read my poem. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes from practice. I should have saved before I made my choice. I'm not being smart right now. It might take you some time, but it all comes from practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to love withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green
hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathe an air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Hey, I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I'm just a dumb motherfucker. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. We have enough reading in this game anyway, Yuri, so I appreciate it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. This protagonist is very dumb, but that's also a very visual novel slash dating sim. So, it's fitting the genre it is portraying. This bitch is really gonna criticize the poem, shake my head. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, RJ. You dumb motherfucker. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. If we're being really honest. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know... I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, RJ. Me too. Whew, we made it through that. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm like so nervous to talk to Monica. I'm gonna save her for last. So I can't just talk to the popular classmate like that. We're gonna go to Natsuki like Psycho Girl wanted. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. What do you mean, someone like you, Natsuki? That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So, basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Yeah, I'll show you mine, you show me yours. Isn't that how this works? Dating sims. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap. Horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Okay. Yeah... I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Sure, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro, baby. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? We're going with Sayori. My girl Sayori. This is a good poem, RJ. Are you sure it's your first time? Actually, my first time was back with Yuri. Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of this club, now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, RJ. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hehehe. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori. This is just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Welcome back, Midas. Oh. 1 second. Okay. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. I guess Sayori is kinda great, to be honest. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hey. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? I guess it's gonna be Monika. Hi RJ, having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Yeah, you are, aren't you? Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ahaha. Don't worry, RJ. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, RJ. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Ahaha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? No, I didn't know that. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Oh, thanks, Monica. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ahaha. Ahaha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Sure, Monica. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas are already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform. Is that what you call it? Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Ahaha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style is getting pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the time between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. It could be, with the right reader. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. It wasn't that bad. I wasn't really joking. What? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. Sigh. I sigh, excuse me. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out that nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Bitch. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And RJ did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And RJ liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that RJ appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as RJ started showing up. Natsuki! Don't talk about my boobs. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. RJ, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true.
It is a cat fight. I knew you'd like Natsuki, Macy, because she's most like you.
Bill forgot this part. Yeah, I did too, not gonna lie. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing that's more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, RJ. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. I agree. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and mean in the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, RJ? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... we get to choose Natsuki, Yuri, or help me, Sayori! I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna save... fuck. I'm gonna save over that slot because it's not really helping me there. I would say I'm going Yuri. This is a Yuri route. There's different routes you can go with this game technically, and you can unlock different bonus content through it.
Oh. That made me laugh. Yeah, that made me laugh too.
Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. It reminds me of somebody. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki? She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anybody could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, RJ. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Huh? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. RJ, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. RJ! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehehe. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Fuck, I'm not used to talking this much. Sayori, but what happened earlier? Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, RJ, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. It looks like Satori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but... does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Poem time, bitches! Let's go. Let me save here. I'm gonna save in a different slot, since we're at a part that actually is important. Okay. Oh god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm very split between Sayori and Yuri on this one. Let's see if I can pull it around. Uh-oh. Okay. And I've definitely pulled it around, I'd say. There we go. That was definitely a majority Yuri, although it was pretty close split there for a while with Sayori. Natsuki got a couple there as well. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi RJ! Yo Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Ehehe. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. 1 second. Okay. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that, all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves the one option. Ooh, ah! I give up. Don't make me feel so guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Alright, Phil. We'll we'll check you later. I don't know if I'm gonna make it past the base of the game today anyway, so you might be around for the good parts. Ahaha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell RJ to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. Me too. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right though. I did something bad and I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of this, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But, you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Quack! Yeah! Ow! What was... a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki? That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Oh, Sayori, you sweet little thing. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands around her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down to take a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's some, suspicious dialogue. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed, but boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a bit better I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? Yes, I love the piano. In that case, I won't let you down, RJ. Monica smiles sweetly. Teehee. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks! So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave it Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finishes her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Man, Natsuki's really in the closet a lot. Well, thanks, Midas. I think I'm gonna be probably ending it soon anyway. Since we're not gonna get much to where things really take their turn in the plot, I'm probably just gonna end when we get to the next poem sharing part. And also, I don't know if one of my friends is still here, but the other one just went to bed, so I might just come back tomorrow afternoon or evening or night sometime when everybody can be around again. Maybe. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Oh, is this gonna be the poem sharing part? No. I figured you probably were, Macy. It's late and everybody's tired. Burnsy's the only one that has to be awake because he's at work. So I'm probably just gonna end this off soon. Whenever I get to the poem sharing part, that way we'll have a good launching point so we can come back and share poems. Hey Yuri. Eh? I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Plus, I kind of want to end soon because I'm not used to having to narrate and talk as much, so my throat is fucking taking a beating right now. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. Oh, now there's two in the closet. I follow and watch as soon as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Eh? Yuri's gonna make some tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve RJ in club activities? Eh? Huh. My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. You're getting some attitude on her. Then let's go, RJ. Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. You know what? I'm actually gonna end it here, I think, because this might be an interest. Yuri just got a little bit of attitude towards Monica. That might be a fun place to end. We're in the hallway. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's go save this. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad that everybody was here. I'm gonna try to hopefully do this again tomorrow. And I'm gonna do an outro for my YouTube because I'm gonna upload this along with the House Flipper episode. So if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and even share if you'd like to. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next video, whatever that should be. It'll probably be the next episode of this. We'll see. Might be some Life is Strange. Could even there's House Flipper as well. Who knows? Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next one, and peace out. Bye.